Hello, everyone. Welcome to the call. I am Dinh, three-star National Marketing Director with Nerium International. I'm so excited to be here with you all. Like I said, we've only started having these calls maybe 4 weeks in. We started off with just one call a week, and now we're up to 2 calls a week. And as you can see, it's really starting to grow and really starting to pick up a lot of momentum. We're excited because, there's a lot to be excited about always, right? And I'm sure your friends and family who invited you onto this call, they found something. And they're not here to sell you on anything, including myself. They're just here to share with you what they found. And so far, for the people that are on the call, the people that are already in the business, the people that are already the founders, a lot of them have already started seeing the transformation of their lives into the direction that they've always dreamt about, right? I know maybe they've shared a little bit about myself, but I'm just going to go very briefly. I've been in this industry now for 17 years. Prior to being a part of this industry, though, I grew up a very traditional life, very, very modest. My family immigrated from Asia into the U.S. We live in California. They left everything in their country. My parents left everything in their country. So I saw my parents work every single day of their life. So naturally, being the good son that I am, I did exactly what they told me, right? And that was to go to school, work hard, find a good job. Whatever the case may be, the traditional path, right? Climb the corporate ladder. And that's exactly what I did. Except for, I don't know, there was just something inside of me. I kept finding jobs that were better each time, and I moved from job to job to job. And every job, I made a little bit more money, but somehow it was just never enough. It was never enough for me to be able to help my family, never enough for me to be able to have, I don't know, that dream lifestyle that I always dreamt about, right? The whole point of us immigrating from Asia to the US was to have this lifestyle, to have this dream life, and I didn't. I actually worked more than most people. I gave everything I could to my job. I used to work 87 hours a week at my job, and I tried so hard to climb this corporate ladder. And what I started to really recognize was the people that were in those jobs before me, they didn't have the end result. They didn't, at the end of their career, at the end of their life, they didn't have that result that I dreamt about. You know what I mean? Because the whole point is no one on this call is afraid to work hard. We just need to know what are we working hard towards and how long do we have to work for, right? So for me, I kept moving to job because I couldn't see that finish line. I saw people that dedicated 20 years of their life, 30 years of their life to a career, to a profession. And at the very end of that, they ended up with nothing. The company never rewarded them anything for loyalty. They were never given that lifestyle that they dreamt about. So for me, I was always praying for something better, something greater to come in my life. And I realized that things wouldn't come in unless I was open. Does that make sense? Like, we all wish for that opportunity. We all wish for that chance so that we can become successful. Well, you have to be open to that chance for that to kind of come our way. And if you have ever wished for that opportunity, like myself, you don't have to any longer because it's here today, right? And I'm going to be able to share that with you. Like I said, good luck came my way because I was open. A complete stranger met a friend of mine, gave her these 2 tickets to come see one of these presentations for a direct sales, direct marketing, viral marketing business. And for me, when I first saw this, I was a little hesitant. Because it was a little different than what I was normally, right? I was so programmed to go to school, to graduate, to work hard, to get a good job and a career. And I never really thought about working for myself because I knew it was very high risk and high reward. But what I found out was the concept that he shared with me was something I've never seen before. And what really changed it for me was at the very end, I saw people that went on stage that shared their story that were massively successful. They had the financial freedom that I dreamt about. They had the time freedom that I desperately needed. And I saw that they were average people that did that. And because of that, I said, hey, if they can do it, so can I. And I made the decision that day to get started. I looked at I was analyzing everything around me, and then I finally reflected on myself, and I wasn't happy where I was. And I asked myself, what do I have to lose? Right? Isn't it true that at the end of our life, we have more to regret than the things that we didn't do than the things that we did do, right? So I got started that day, and from that point on, thank goodness I did get started. My life completely changed. I worked really hard. I had the right attitude. I surrounded myself with the right people, and I really learned the business and started earning the way that I should be earning, right? That's for a few years into being in the business, I made my first $1 million, became very, very successful at it. I was featured in Success magazines multiple times. Like I said, bought a Lamborghini, bought a Bentley, a 6-bedroom house on top of a beautiful hill. But I think the greatest reward for me was not just that I was able to acquire the lifestyle that I dreamt about. The greatest reward for me was the person that I was becoming. And the blessing that I was able to do. I was able to help retire my parents. I was able to help retire my wife's parents. And now I own my time. I get to be with my daughter. I have a 5-year-old daughter that just started school. And our blessing is my wife and myself, we get to take her to school every day, and we get to pick her up from school every day. So I don't know if you understand how big a deal that is, because like I said, my parents worked their entire life, and I grew up very, very independently. So for me to be able to do this to my daughter now, I feel it's just such a great blessing. And thank God, of course, always, right? And like I said, we're not here to sell you on anything. We're here to share with you what has changed my life and what has changed so many other people's life on this call already. And like I said, if you so choose to make the decision to get started, I know it can do the same for you. Sounds good? So we're here to talk about this amazing company, right? Which I'm sure your friends have already kind of shared with you. Let me share my screen really quick so we can jump right into it. Boom. One of the biggest things, I'm going to share a little bit about the industry, the companies, and of course the products and how it all works out, right? The biggest question for myself was, when I was working in the corporate world, how can my life be better? And I knew that by trading in my time for my dollar, I would eventually run out of time, right? We only all have 24 hours a day. I couldn't work anymore. I used to work 87 hours a week, like I mentioned. I couldn't work anymore because trading in my time for my dollar, I would make a little bit more, but of course, tax and the government would take majority of that, but I would lose out on time. So I always dreamt about, of course, when I ask people, how can your life be better? They always kind of say more finances. But now that where I'm at today, I understand that finance is just half the battle. The other half is having the time freedom to be able to serve and help more people and do what you want to do with your time, right? It's much more valuable. You can never get it back. You can spend $1, but you can't spend an hour and get that back, So not only is it important to have both sides, but also to have a purpose. And my purpose today, of course, is to be able to help and change as many people's lives as I can. So as you all know, our economy, our generation is no longer the same, right? We're in this thing called the gig economy. And what that means is that everyone that has a full-time job also is having a side gig on the side. And it's because they know that a full-time job is not going to be enough. It's not going to get them to where they want to be, right? Because if it was going to get you there, well, you would already have it, right? And I know all about that because I've had 30 jobs. And with my 30 jobs, if that works, then I wouldn't be here today, right? So, but what I also like to talk about is the generation, right? Like when I talk about the biggest movie store in the world doesn't own a single cassette, doesn't own a single VHS or DVD. It's Netflix, right? The largest taxi company in the world doesn't own a single car, a vehicle, Uber. The largest hotel chain in the world does not have one property, one real estate. Isn't that just mind-boggling? Like where this world has kind of come to, right? Largest shopping mall, well, they don't own a single item, right? It's Amazon. And also, what's next? This one of the best side gigs is this company called Nerium International. And that's what you're getting to experience today. We've been voted by multiple articles as being one of the best side gigs to build a substantial secondary income, a part-time, full-time, or even massive full-time income. So like I said, as the economy changes, as the generations changes, shouldn't our way of, I guess, getting paid change, right? Traditionally, everything runs on a pyramid, right? It's this pyramid structure, and you start out at the bottom and you climb the corporate ladder. It doesn't matter if you have a job, the schools use the same system, the army uses the same system, the church, even churches use the same system. There's always a hierarchy at the top. And what you do is you have to climb this corporate ladder. And I'm going to tell you, if you just got into the corporate world and started working, I'm going to tell you eventually what happens is that you'll hit a cap. You'll hit this person at the top and you just can't go above that, right? No matter how hard you work at your job, I know because I was that person that made my job my own business. No matter how much you work, the owner will never give you his company. And I just kind of saw that as, like I said, I dedicate my entire life to building someone else's dreams, but in the end, I don't get to live my dreams. And I wasn't happy with that. So with Nerium, it is a completely different system. Like I said, this concept was shared with me almost 17 years ago. And what it is that you partner up with a billion-dollar company and you just move their volume. You are the boss. You are the CEO. It only makes sense. We all know the best position at a company as the CEO, right? Then why did we all choose employee, right? Isn't that crazy? Here, you start off at the top, and then you can franchise and build your way down. Find your presidents, find your vice president, find your directors. And because of that, it's based on how hard you work. The harder you work, the faster you grow is based on that, instead of, some type of system where someone holds you hostage over your income or your benefits, right? Here's why Nerium has I guess, completely dominated this industry, right? Of course, everything rises and falls through leadership. If you don't know this gentleman, Jeff Olson, you need to Google this gentleman because he is a legend in this industry. Not only for building billion-dollar companies, he was also, and this is what I admire the most, that he was also a brand partner. He was also a distributor, just like us, building a business on the field. In fact, he had one of the largest organization in the history of the industry. And that's why I admire him so much, that he has both sides. And like I said, I'm here mainly because I had a chance to meet him, and I knew that he has a heart and a soul, and he's all about the people, right? He wrote this book called The Slight Edge. If you have not read it, I know I saw a picture of D is reading it right now. A few other people, but fantastic. Just know that this the company is ran with a captain of the ship that truly cares about making people better, right? And because of that, we've broken every single record in the industry. 100 million our first year, broke every record. We're the #1 consumer product in America on Inc. 500. If you can see this magazine right here, it says Inc. 500. They rate the top 500 fastest growing companies. They rate all the products, and we've been the #1 consumer product for 2 years in a row. Fastest company to $1 billion. Like I said, no other company has ever hit $1 billion faster than we have with a product in this. It is unbelievable. For me, when I first saw Nerium, I only heard about the numbers, and I have never seen numbers the way that Nerium has produced these numbers. They hit $1 billion, and all of that was just based in the U.S. See, if you know what I know, a lot of the marketing companies out there, when they open up within their first 1 or 2 years, they'll open up hundreds and hundreds of countries. Not Nerium. They did it. They want to make sure that the foundation was strong. They did all of their growth, that $1 billion, mainly just in the U.S. And with that success, I'm so excited because moving forward, every country else that we bring upon it is just adding on top of that, right? The DSA is, if you don't know what the DSA is, they are the police, right? To monitor if a company is a legit company, if a company is a good company. They have all these guidelines that you have to follow, being a part of the DSA, the ethics rules and things like that. And the DSA rates every company out there. And if you don't know, there's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of companies out there, right? Well, I mean, even more than what even the DSA is rating. But the DSA, I think they monitor at least 7,500 companies. And Nerium has been rated the top 20 companies for the last 3 years running. So tell me where your company rates. But Nerium has been rated top 3 for the last 3 years. Like I said, besides the success in the company, like I said, with Jeff, it's all about purpose. It's all about giving back. It's all about helping others, creating this movement. We are the largest donator, over $5 million to Big Brother, Big Sister, the Ripple Foundation, World Vision, right? All these different organizations that we want to make sure that with the success that we have, we also have to have a purpose and create a movement, right? As you can see, that the magazine now called Live Happy, another division that Jeff created, right? I'm wearing this bracelet right now. Also another movement about creating happiness in the world, making sure that people understand that happiness is the precursor to success. So right at the bottom, as you can see, there's 13 countries. So the company's been around for 7 years, going on the 7 years, and we're only in 13 different countries. I know Singapore and Switzerland came on this year, and I know we have Jennifer, who's from Singapore, on this call right now, and I'm sure there's some other people. But what's exciting, and the most exciting thing that we're working on right now, of course, as you all know, if you're invited on here, that the Philippines is the next country. How crazy is that? I love the Philippines. I love the Filipino people. I mean, I grew up in Northern California in a city called Milpitas. All of my friends are Filipino, but I've had the honor of not just, having friends that are Filipino. I've had the honor of launching the Philippines prior, right? I have experience in being in the Philippines. I know I was able to meet Becky not too long ago. She met me when I was in the Philippines, and so same as Roslyn and a few other people, right? I love the country because I think there's so much potential. The people are all loving and they're all family, and it's fantastic. So, but you have to imagine this. A year from now, when we do this presentation, you'll see the 14th country on there, which is the Philippines. And that's all because of all of you on this call right now. You will be the one leading the way. You are the pioneer. You are the founder. I don't know if you can see that, but that's why it's so exciting. So what else? Why is Nerium also dominating this industry? Well, because we take up almost 65 to 70% of the entire industry with what we're focusing on, from anti-aging to skincare to health and wellness. I guess that category alone takes up almost 65 to 70% of the entire market. And that's why we're so dominant. That's why our success has been growing. And for me, like I said, when I look to be a part of an industry, I want to look to be a part of an industry that is growing. Not just one that is growing and then dies out or growing or whatever, because there's a lot of industry that fluctuates, right? Like I said, I grew up in the Silicon Valley. Everyone here loves technology, right? But we all know that technology is up 1 minute and down the next. Your iPhone 10 is the latest and greatest, and tomorrow is the oldest compared to whatever else, right? I did real estate a long time ago as well, up 1 minute, down the next. But with anti-aging and health and wellness right now, not only is it consistently going up, there's a huge peak to it. Because in this generation, no one wants to grow older. No one wants to look uglier, right? But there's a huge peak because not just women, men and children and kids, everyone wants to look better and feel better, right? So what we have, not just only daily regimens, target boosters, body, we have an entire array of products, but we will never have like these other companies that are generic products that are just there just to make money, right? Everything we have will be superhero products that are patent products that no one else can replicate or duplicate. You will be the only one, right? Daily regimen. What makes us so different than everybody else? Here's the answer. Ready? It's results. Results is the key to why Nerium has been so successful. If you have, you can sell all you want, but if there's no results, you do not have recurring customers. Our customers stay. 90% of the time, or, you know what I mean? It's because the results, when you have results, people don't go back to whatever else they're doing, and they have product loyalty. Clinical trials, you know what I mean? Before and after pictures, that's all we focus on. We let the product do its job, right? Like I said, daily regimens, boosters, you know what I mean? Products that are just specifically for targeted areas. We have body, like I mentioned. I mean, when you see the before and after pictures, a picture will always be worth over 1,000 words, right? So you don't need to really say anything. Like I said, let the product do its job. Health and wellness. Health and wellness right now is based, this target line is in the US, specifically right now. And of course, naturally, it will eventually move into all the other markets. But here's what's exciting about it. You all are the first for Asia Pacific, Singapore, and Philippines. You're going to be the very first. Imagine building your business and knowing the future, knowing what's in the US will eventually come into the Philippines. And building your customer base and knowing that as these products start shipping into the country, every new product that comes out, your business doubles and quadruples because you have these customers that are loyal, right? And I'm telling you, this stuff is amazing. This is why all these other, articles and magazines and all these other organizations are raving about Nerium. And it's because of, like I said, the results. It's because of what we do with our products and the ingredients and our partnerships with Signum Biosciences, Princeton University, Cosmac. We partner up with the best of the best to create the best for you. And that's why from Shape Magazine to Cosmo to 17, even Forbes, right? Total Health, just every magazine, everywhere in the world right now that Nerium is in, we're being talked about and raved about, right? And that's exciting because, like I said, if these magazines have done their research and they know how good we are, we should know how good we are. Like I mentioned with traditional businesses, right? How times have changed. If times have changed, shouldn't the way we get paid also change, right? I know traditionally at a job, you trade in your time and you get paid, and it's one way, right? One paycheck. With Nerium, you get paid multiple streams. With just being a part of Nerium, you get paid multiple streams from free samples. I've never seen another company give out free inventory just so that because you're doing the right behavior, you're getting a customer, you're sharing the business with somebody else. They reward you with free products so that you can sample out to more people. Free products, they reward you with free products for you to consume, for you to use. Because if you're not going to be using the products, how can you share it? How ethical can that be if you're sharing a product that you're not using, right? So with Nerium, they want to make sure that you're using the products, so they have a program so that you can get products for free so that you can earn these things and use it, right? Numerous ways to earn, like I mentioned, weekly paychecks, monthly paychecks. You get 5 paychecks a month here, 1 every week and 1 monthly check. For me, I don't call that the monthly check. I know it says monthly payment right there. I don't call that a monthly payment. I call that a retirement check. How many people here feel that they're too young to retire? Right? That's a ludicrous question because we can never be too young. We just work because we have to, not because we want to, right? I call this a retirement check, and there's no better time to start building that retirement check than right now, right? Incentive trips. I know if you're not into just building a business, but I'm sure everyone loves to travel, right? Owning your own business platform, everything is already made for you. Here's how it works, right? When you get started here, it's not a job, it's a business. You're investing into a business, and everything you invest into, you get almost double the value for it, right? So there are 3 packages to launch your business. Standard, the starter pack, the builder pack, and normally the last one's called the premier pack. And majority of the people, they get the premier pack because they want the best opportunity for them to grow their business and become successful, right? But in this screen, I specifically put it as the premier pack as a founder's pack, because for the very first time, as the Philippine launches, you get an option to become a founding member. How exciting is that? And what does that mean? When you get the Premier Pack, not only do you get the tools, the products, you just get a lot of products so you can sample out, build your business faster, right? Like I said, it's 3 different packs, fast, faster, and fastest. But the Founders Pack, you also get a certificate. You also get a pin. You also get pictures with the founders and everything else when we come to the Philippines. But what's even more exciting than all that, and this is it, you get profit sharing. You get to share in the profits with the company as it grows. But this founders pack is a limited time only. And like I said, once you choose any of these packs, but I'm going to tell you, this is a limited time for the founders pack. A part of getting the pack with all the products that you get the tools, like I mentioned. You get a personal website that you can just use on social media, send people into that website. You have a business site that has all the trainings and all the tools and everything that you need to be able to build your business. And then you have a tracking site. I'm telling you, this tracking site is one of the most amazing things. As you can see, like Nerium's now in 13 different countries, and we've been blessed to pretty much been there to help launch all 13 countries. And I'm going to tell you, we have multiple businesses in all different countries and all that stuff. And our tracking site tracks all of these businesses. Like if someone was in Korea, or someone was in Hong Kong, or someone was in Canada or Mexico, they make a purchase or they get a customer, it pops up on my screen with their flag and all these little things. It's exciting. And I know a lot of you on this call probably have friends, in other countries, right? As soon as you get started, you are free to build in any one of the other 13 countries that Nerium is part of, and that's really exciting. Getting off to a fast start. So as you all know, my portion is, like I said, I've been in this industry for 17 years. I've been very lucky to be massively successful, made multiple millions of dollars. My thing is about coaching. I'm about building not a business. I build a family. Everybody here, we're going to work together. We're going to hold your hand step by step. And I'm going to coach you and mentor you exactly how we did it. And we'll take you step by step, and you follow the system, it'll take you straight to the top. We have a secret manual that shows us exactly step by step. If you just follow these 10 core, it'll take you straight to the top. How do you getting off to a fast start? Speed and success, they are a close relative. If you can move fast, you can explode your business and drive into that momentum. How do you these are extra bonuses on top of everything else that I'm going to share with you. Like I said, as you get a customer, you get a profit sharing. When that customer reorders over and over and over and over for the rest of that customer's life, you get paid again and again and again. And that's called residual income. I don't know if you've ever heard of that or if you've ever experienced that. But I know everyone on this call has probably experienced residual bills, right? We have bills that just kind of keep coming. It only makes sense that we build residual income. So besides getting customers, besides sharing the business and franchising yourself, every time you franchise your business, you're getting commission, of course, over and over for people all buying all these products, right? But here's bonuses on top of that. If you can share the business with 3 other people within the first 30 days, they give you 30 days to do this, share the business with 3 other people. You have 3 other friends that want to make a second source of income, another stream of income, or they want more time freedom or whatnot. Share the business with those 3 people, and then get them onto this call, share with them a tool. We'll help you to help them get started. If you can do that within 30 days, you get a bonus of $200 on top of everything else, okay? This is bonuses on top of everything else. And there's a lot of people on this call, and I can see Dee right now, and I can see Rosalind, I can see all these other people from Jen, they've already earned their fast start qualification. And that's exciting because, once again, they've only been in for a few weeks. They're starting to already follow this theme. It's called the roadmap to Audi, right? What happens after that? We'll help you help your 3 to earn that same bonus. When that happens, you earn an iPad. And like I said, again, some of the people on this call have already earned the iPad, and it's already on its way to the Philippines right now. And that's exciting. So you can have an iPad. If you have kids, take the iPad. I'm telling you, it's a miracle. But if you already have one and you don't have kids, you can take cash if you like, right? It's $465, almost $500 in cash. And that's exciting. What's the next step? As you all can see to the right, everyone kind of, the whole time as I'm talking, I know no one's paying attention. You're only looking at the Audi, right? Help your original 3 get an iPad, you get an Audi. Now, I'm going to stay here just for a little bit, just because I know that when I first heard about this Audi thing, I didn't know how real this thing was. Until I looked at the numbers. I talked to Jeff and I talked to our sponsor, and I was like, man, is this for real? How many cars have you guys given away? Because I know there are other companies out there that do give away a vehicle, but you have to be at the very, very top of the company. And I mean, you're the one person, you get to lease this car. That's not how this works. Everybody can earn this car because it's made for the average people to succeed, and you just got to follow the system, follow it step by step, and you also earn it as well. When I asked Jeff and I asked our sponsor, like, how many cars have you given away at that time? And I said, I've only been with the company now going on our 4th year. And at that time, the program has been around for about 40 months, and they said that they've given away over 15,000 cars. I couldn't believe that. I mean, to be able to build a business and earn a car, think about your job. I don't know how long you've worked at your job. Can you imagine if your job gave you a car? You would probably work a little harder, or you'll probably stay a little longer, right? Here, that is the case. And all I did was I had faith. I trusted in what they said. I got started, and I followed this roadmap to Audi, and we started launching other countries, and we just followed this system step by step. And we started helping people earn Audis. This is some of the Audis that you can see from our teams in Mexico. This is actually our team members in Mexico and in Australia, which is right below. I mean, if you look all the way to the right there, at the very bottom, Adriana, she just earned her Audi not even 2.5 weeks ago. She just earned her Audi. That's how real this is. And I know on this call, some of the people on this call, they're pushing to earn their Audi this month. So do not wait until they earn their Audi, okay? You want to make sure that you're along the road with them to earn your Audi as well. Look at this. We were able to help within our first few years launching Mexico and Colombia. We were able to help over 1,000 people earn an Audi. 1,000. How insane is that? And like I said, this is why I do the business. To see the joy in others, to see people achieve. I want to see people win. That's my thing. So I might be a little weird, but that's my thing. So besides the iPad and the bonus, the cash bonus, besides the car bonus, all these little things, incentive trips. Nobody does incentive trips like Nerium. And I'm going to tell you the reason being is because everybody qualifies. Like I said, I've been in this industry for 17 years. I've built 6 other companies to the top before, and we've always been a top earner in these companies. So we always have qualified to go on these 5-star, 5-diamond trips. Like, for example, my last company, they hit $1 billion. Took them 26 years or something to hit $1 billion, and they only took 25 people on a trip. And normally it would be someone like myself. That's not how we do it here. Jeff doesn't do it like that, because it's not the top 25 that does all the work. It's everybody who contributes should be able to go on these trips. And like I said, right now, everyone on this call that has invited you on this call is because they're running for the next trip, which is Borneo, Malaysia. I cannot wait, like I said, until they're there. I cannot wait. They're going to be the first people on the first trip ever in the Philippines. And of course, Singapore is going to be there too. But like I mentioned, everybody goes. Look at this. Can you imagine like just running? Have you guys ever walked on the sand and just kind of curled your toes and feel the sand through your toes, right? And feel that warm water? I'm sure, I mean, in the Philippines, it's beautiful, right? You live you go to the islands over there, you go to the beaches, it's beautiful. So how many people here like to vacation? And you've gone on vacation, right? But there's a difference. There's a difference when you're on vacation and someone else is paying for everything. Let Jeff pay for everything, because when it comes to vacation, when it comes to partying, no one can beat him. No one does it better. Like this cruise, right? He doesn't just book a few rooms on a cruise. He booked the entire boat, and he wrapped it Nerium, right? And if there was more people that qualified, he would have booked another boat and wrapped it Nerium. And he booked this entire island and called it Nerium Island. and everybody goes from one trip to the next. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that exciting? To be able to build a business and know that every year you're guaranteed a 5-star, 5-diamond trip for you and your significant other. So every year you have something to look forward to, right? That's pretty much what it is. I mean, I know that after seeing something like this, the only question that I always have is, how do we do this? How do we build this business? And I'm going to tell you that you don't. The products will do all the work. You just have to hand it out. The tools will do all the work. The system will do all the work. You don't have to explain it. As you can tell, right? You share with someone. I'm sure if you're on this call, someone has shared with you a tool, shared with you a video to get you to understand a little bit about the company. And then after that, you can invite them onto one of these calls, and I can help you answer all these questions as an expert. You'll never have to do what I have to do, because like I said, I'll be able to be here to support you all the way. I know that when I first saw this, I'm in this business, I knew I had nothing to lose, but still, you know, we're always kind of thinking about this or thinking about that, right? And our president, Bo Short, says, if you didn't do this business, where would you be? And I told him I would be comfortable. And he said, okay, if you did this business and it didn't work for you, where would you be? And I told him I would be comfortable. He said, Aaron, but if you did this business and it worked for you, where would you be? And I told him I wouldn't be comfortable, because I know that I'll be able to have the option to be with my family, have the option to be able to help my parents, to help my friends. See, this business has completely changed my life, and it has been such an amazing blessing to be able to travel the world. I mean, one of our mottos in Nerium is to be able to build the best company and travel the world with our friends. We focus not just on the finances, not just on making people look better, feel better. We make people better. That's Jeff Olson's focus, to make people better. And we know that the Philippines is one of those countries that we just cannot wait to be a part of. We cannot wait to see all of you, to be able to be there. Let's build this together. I don't build a business, like I say, I build a family, and we're gonna do this together all the way. Thank you so much, everyone. God bless. We love you all. And before I go, I know that everybody on this call, you're all gonna be famous one day. We're so proud of you. Let's take a quick picture, okay? You ready? This is our symbol. Put up your finger. Our team is called TOP, and it stands for the 1%. And anybody that's willing to fight for the future they want to have instead of the future that they have to have is the 1% in my book. So let's put our fingers up. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much, everyone. God bless. Love you all, and we'll talk to you again soon. If you're ready to get started, trust me, welcome to the family. I want to be the first, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to be there with all of you. I cannot wait to travel the world with you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. I'm going to unmute everybody so you can say your name and tell me what city or what country you're in, okay? Go ahead. Thank you so much, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks.
Thanks. Philippine Romeo.
Philippines.
Philippines and proud. Yeah.